So I would like to welcome you all to the first session of ARCS 24, and I would like to welcome all of you to NICER, and I would like to thank ACM for giving us this opportunity to organize this wonderful workshop come annual day event. Also, I'd like to thank all of you, my colleagues and students, especially PhD students who have joined us today. Thank you. And of course, to all the sponsors, like they are providing the bread and butter. So thank you. And regarding NICER, NICER started around 2007. This is an institute funded by DAE. It's the other institute that are funded by DAE are TIFR, IMSC, CMI, and there are a few others. So about computer science department, we started the department around 2018, and currently we have 4 faculty members. But we are growing, and we are growing in all directions. We want to grow in all directions. So this is to the PhD students. In future, if you are looking for jobs, please do consider us. We are looking for bright faculty members as well. So I heard that the Wi-Fi is not working, but I checked today morning, it was working. So please make sure that you are putting the username and the password correctly. So what I'll do, I'll take a printout and maybe post it somewhere around the registration desk so that you know the exactly. So this is guest.scps, the username is. So there's a dot. So please be careful about that. And if you face any other problem, feel free to come to me, give me a call, and I'll be trying to help you. And the last thing I would like to mention is that there's a small, nice hillock just behind this auditorium.
Recording in progress.
And thank you. Almost all my blabbering are not recorded. I'm happy about that. So there's a hillock and there's a meditation center at the top of the hillock. I enjoy it, and I hope that you also enjoy it. So I'll request PK to continue from here.
So वापस एक और बार करते हैं. Good morning. So earlier avatars of ARCS, so this is probably 10-12 years before, the ARCS was only a one-day event, half a day, 3/4 of a day. There was a lot of activities going on around PhD students' lives. So we moved it from a shorter one-day thing to a 2-day. So you'll see the 2-day editions that we have had for a couple of years now. And last year, how many of you attended last year ARCS? Our students, very nice, right? Bhopal, okay, very nice. How many of you did before that? ISC. Mostly these people must have graduated, but the list is ISC, Gandhinagar, Delhi, Kanpur, Bombay, Madras, right? Those are the cities that we have gone. If you go out how many of you have seen the main poster outside? It has a list of cities that ARCS has been there. So we have fantastic speakers. I think the program, Arpita will talk about the program in more detail, but it has keynotes, invited speakers, DDA awardees, ECR awardees, PhD clinic, ACM-W event, posters. How many of you have your posters set up, right? So yeah, posters, all of that, right? So I'm a few people to give applauses for. First, can we have applause for Karthik and Arpita? They are the ones. They are the ones who put together the program, right? So I'm sure Arpita will recollect all the 6-7 months of Zoom calls that we have been having, where after 45 minutes the Zoom will end because it's some free edition of Zoom or something like that, right? So then we'll get on to a different Zoom call, right? So all that we have been doing, but thanks to both of them. They have been the one who have actually taken time in putting the program together. I'm sure most of you interacted with them in terms of your papers, your posters and questions and everything like that. Thanks, Arpita. Thanks, Karthik. Next is thanks to all the chairs. Some of you may be here, some of them may not be here. Can we give a round of applause for them? These are committee people who helped select your paper, different tracks, right? Or meaning suggestions for keynote speakers, and many people who must have given, meaning it's a very long list. So let's thank all of them. The next set of people is Abhijat. I don't see him here, but Abhijat, Aritra, Nicer, IIT, all the admin staff and student volunteers also. Can we give a round of applause for that? I hope all of you will attend. How many of you have planned things outside the ARCS sessions, which is, Aritra said that, Hillock. How many of you are going out to see some temple? Wait, I'll take a picture. You're going during the session? How many of you planned it for during the session? Okay. Right. So please ask questions. Please interact with people. Recently, I mean, this is a line that people would repeat in different places, but recently it got emphasized a lot that whom you are connected with plays a big role than what you know. I think recently 2-3 people, actually very, very successful people that we were interacting with, emphasized this. So I hope that you will use this ARCS as an opportunity to network with people. Of course, there's an assumption in this line saying that technically you're well to do, right? So, okay. How many of you are ACM members? Okay, very nice. How many of you are on social media? How many of you already posted that you're in Bhubaneswar? Very nice. How many of you are planning to post? Okay. How many have to get reimbursement from ACM India? Raise your hands up. Okay. So if you need reimbursement, here is what you should do. Okay. Do 1 post a day. Tag ACM India. Tag me. Right? Tag ACM India. We have actually told the ACM India team that if there's a post tagging ACM India for last 3 days for something else and next 3 days for this event, an annual event, they will also retweet, like, and all that. And how many of you know that we can collect this data of ACM India and see who all posted? We can do that, right? So we can do that, and only when we see your name greater than 2 or 3 posts, we will let Abhijat to reimburse your cost, whatever you said. Okay? Keep that in mind. How many of you thought that was serious? Nobody? Yes, it is, by the way. Right? So please be active. Meaning, I'm not saying that we should, the reimbursement is only to get the topic, so to say, in a lighter note. But I think please be active. World has to know that these kind of activities are going on. People don't know many of the things, right? Many people will not even know ARCS. They're PhD students somewhere. You are in that sense fortunate to get to know all of this and be here also. There are so many people who are unfortunate who cannot get to know these, but they can be here if they want it, right? So with that, I will stop. I will get Arpita to come up, but before she comes up, I will do a selfie.
All right. Can you hear me? Okay, all good. So good morning once again. And my name is Arpita, and I'm a faculty from the Department of Computer Science, Indian Institute of Science. So together with Karthik, who is from MSR, I am co-chairing ARCS. So on behalf of both of us, Karthik and I, we want to extend a very warm welcome to all of you to ARCS, as well as ACMI-W Annual Summit for Women in Computing and ACM India Annual Event 2024. Welcome to Nisar and welcome to Bhubaneswar. And the picture of the bird that you see in the background, this is to remind you that you're very close to a biodiverse zone in Orissa, including Mongala Jodi, which is very well known for birds, and Chilika Lake, of course, which houses the very unique kind of dolphins, which are known as Irrawaddy dolphins. Again, if you find time, you must visit those places, but not at the cost of skipping some of the sessions, as PK said. Okay. Okay, so as all of you know, the primary purpose of ARCS is to create this much needed forum for CS and allied PhD students to sort of showcase their recent accepted research and to interact with one another as well as with other experts in the area. And in order to enable this interactive environment, ARCS brings together faculties from academia and then leaders and researchers from industry who would not only share their life experiences and great research, but also going to interact with you, and they're going to give feedbacks on your works. So feel free to reach out to them and find feedbacks and suggestions for your career and whatnot. Okay, so ARCS has walked a long way. It has started back in 23. It's sort of a time when even I was in my college, early days in my college, and I was still wondering what to do in life. So it's sort of very old. And yes, this year it's going to happen in Naisar, Bhubaneswar. So thank you, Naisar, for hosting ACM ARCS this time. And here are the highlights of ARCS. So we have these lightning talks and posters. We have about 75 of them, and these are going to be presented by selected star students across India, spanning over various areas within computer science. And we plan to host half of the number of posters and talks every day. So most likely the posters and talks which are going to be today, you won't find them tomorrow. So do visit all the posters and listen to the lightning talks every day. Don't skip that part. It's the most exciting part of the program. And then we have the keynotes. And for this, we have two exemplary personalities. And we have someone whose dedication and hard work is going to touch, and it's touching the human life every moment. And we have someone whose research findings has changed the landscape of the so-called hard problems in theoretical computer science. So let me introduce Dr. Geeta Manjunath, the founder, CEO, CTO of Niramay Health Analytics. So she is going to be the first keynote, and a little bit about Niramay, because I think it deserves it. As many of you know, breast cancer is one of the main causes of death in women today. And at Niramay, they have constructed an AI-based tool, medical device, to detect early cancer. I mean, it's way better than the existing approaches, the traditional approaches. Then our second keynote speaker is Dr. Neeraj Kayal. As again, many of you know, his phenomenal work in primes and P has made him, as well as his co-authors, instant celebrity in the scientific community, and because of which they have received the very coveted Godel Prize, and then SSB Prize, Infosys Prize, and all this. Next, we have a bunch of early career researcher talks. So we invite people from various walks of life who are young to share their life experiences and research. And this time we have Sikhar, Diksha, Jyoti, and Manas. And I also promised to show you equal number of female and male faces in every slide. And if there is some slide, if you don't find the gender equality, then you should know that I was not responsible for picking that bunch. So then we have a bunch of award talks. And this year's ACM Doctoral Dissertation Award goes to two people, Pranjal and Jogendra. Congratulations to them. One of them will be, I guess Jogendra will be giving a virtual talk, but Pranjal will be with us. Next, we have the speakers for early career research, as well as outstanding contribution in computing by a woman, ACMI-W award talks, which will be respectively given by Siddharth, my colleague from IISc, and Nutan. Along with ARCS, we are also going to host this ACMI-W annual summit for women in computing. And again, this is to celebrate the incredible achievements and contributions of women in the field of computing. And apart from the ACMI-W talk that I just mentioned in the previous slide, they also have a very fantastic panel discussion. And these are the folks who are going to participate in the panel. By the way, this is an omenal. I don't know if you know about that. I'm going to coin this term. The panels which have only men, they are called manels. So this is going to be an omenal. Yes, we need more omenals. That's great. The other component of ARCS is PhD clinic, and this has been launched in 2020. And this facilitates the CS PhD students from all over the country to obtain input and advices from diverse experts, mentors. So we are going to have one-on-one sessions between this mentor and mentees. And PK is the person who manages this show, and we have a bunch of very good mentors who are going to talk in a one-on-one basis with their mentees. Now is the time to Mainak also. I guess, yeah, a bunch of people are there. So there's a time. This is the time to thank our partners and sponsors. So all the good foods that you are going to enjoy, all the coffee that you are going to drink, all because of them. And without them, we are of course we're not going to survive. So a lot of thanks to them. Then, of course, behind every big effort, there is a bunch of people who are faceless and on whose effort the whole thing stands on. So it's a time to thank the area chairs who have primarily helped us to pick this beautiful or fantastic lineup of these works, the posters. So these are the people who helped us with that. Then we have a very active organizing and steering committees. Throughout, we have got a lot of suggestions and guidances from them. And lastly, here's us, Karthik and I, yours truly. And that's all from me. So we are all set to start the first session, which is the first keynote by Geeta Manjunath. So I invite Chitra ma'am to introduce her. Okay, thanks and enjoy ARCS. Okay.